What's going on, YouTube? Legions here, coming at you with another tower fantasy video. Today we're going to be talking about the best SR matrices, the purple matrices, which are the chips that go on your weapons in this game, and which ones are the best for every SSR character in the game. I'm not going to be going over the SR weapons because I know there's very few people using the SR weapons. The game's very free to play friendly. They gave you a selector box to give you a free SSR, and just the fact that they've given enough currency to pity probably 2 times already, guaranteed you probably already have 3 SSR weapons or more. I know a bunch of free-to-play players that have pulled like 6 SSRs before pity, so it's very free-to-play friendly. So I know a lot of you using the SSR characters. We're going to be going over what's the best purple sets for them until you can actually unlock and farm, very more often the yellow chips, which are the SSR chips. It's right now it's hard to get them to drop from bosses, but level 40 plus, if you're using your perfect ciphers, you have a much higher chance than you did under the level 40 mark to get a SSR weapon or SSR chip. The SSR weapon's very, very low, but the chips do have a higher chance to drop, and you can also get them now from like Phantom. I believe it's either Void Rift or Frontier Clash, but I'm pretty sure it's Void Rift. I'm gonna go over all the purple chips in this video, let you guys know which one works best on which character, and we're gonna go over all of them in general. There's gonna be some that are good for breakers, some that are good for damage dealers, some that are good for tanks, some that are good for healers. So we're gonna go over all of them and which ones are worth investing in farming when doing joint operations or any of the world bosses, etc. Before we get on with the video, if you guys are interested in tower fantasy content and want to know about more guides and news updates, banner reviews, all that stuff, once they're up, as soon as they're available, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're almost at 10k subs. I'd really appreciate if you guys can hit that sub button. Free way to support the channel, and smash that like button if this video helps you out and you enjoy the video. So without further ado, let's get right on with the video. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna go over Pepper's chip. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Pepper's chip may not look like much at first glance, but it's honestly really good for charged characters that you're using to build your ults, to switch out your characters and do their ults very, very quickly. Samir is one of the characters that are very, very good at building charge, and honestly, Coco Ritter is actually very, very good at building your charge to get your ultimates very, very quickly as well. The other 2 characters that you could use this on as well could be Tsubasa and Zero. He also has very good charge. You can tell how good their charge is by looking at the rank that they give for their charge ranking, and they're all S-class. Samir's S, Coco Ritter's also S, Tsubasa's S. Now, these characters right here I'm going to go over this real quickly, that don't have an S ranking, it's usually because they are just mostly there to output damage. Like Crow, he's just big D damage, dude. Like, he will put out some numbers, especially in PvP. His ult is very strong. You're literally just bringing him in to do damage and then switch him out. Do his ult, do his skill, switch him out. Bring someone else out to build, to shatter or to build your charge, and switch back in again. So that's what Peppers are going to be good for, because that's what the charge, the obtaining weapon charge is. So if they already get weapon charge fast, this is going to make them even faster. Then we have Hilda. Hilda is probably one of the best ones for ranged characters. So for Tsubasa, for Nemesis, even like Shiro, like any characters that are ranged, this is very, very good if you want to use a ranged character to deal more damage. I wouldn't use this on Coco Ritter because she's a healer and she's there to like build charge and stuff. You're not going to be doing a massive amount of damage. She's there for CC, heals, and building your charge gauge. So you're going to want to use this on ranged characters like Tsubasa or Shiro, or even Nemesis. Very, very, very good, as long as you're not within any enemies for 6 meters. So you got to be kind of far away. Honestly, there's a better one than this one in my opinion. Even as a ranged character, sometimes you're pretty close to the enemy. So this one is a little iffy. I'm using it right now because honestly, any purples with no set is better than a blue set, just because of the stats are phenomenally better. Like, I'm going to show you the difference of this. Like, the blue one is 18 attack, and then the purple one, it's only a 10 level difference, but it's 42. Like, way, way higher. And I believe at like the 10 level difference is maybe like 10 points or 12 points, something like that. So it's still way stronger than having the blue set to give you like 6% frost damage. It's a lot stronger in my opinion. Okay, next we're going to talk about Barbarossa. He is really good for tank characters because when you switch to this weapon that has this equipped, so say you switch to Huma or Meryl, and you switch into this by it doesn't have to be an ult, to just switch into Meryl or Huma or Zero even, And you're getting a 50% at base. If you max this thing out, 75% damage reflection for 3 seconds. So obviously if you're a tank, you're going to be taking a lot of damage, so you're reflecting that damage back to the enemy. So this right here is a very good tank set, and that's for 30 seconds to cooldown. And when you switch back out to a different weapon, it gives a 30% damage boost for 5 seconds to the next weapon. Very, very good for tanks. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is the only one out of the purples that I don't really understand how it works. If somebody understands more than I do about this, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be sure to pin the comment, and that way more people will know, because I don't quite understand what they mean by dealing damage greater than 100%, unless it's a bad translation and this means like if you crit, because I feel like that's the only way you do more damage than 100% is if you crit. Because I mean, you're always doing 100% of your damage. That's just weird to me, the wording on that. But either way, if it is crits, it deals an additional damage equal to 90% of attack there's a 3 second cooldown. Not going to tell you to use this one because I am not quite sure how this one works. I have to test this, and I don't have a full set to test this yet. So unfortunately, I haven't got them to drop. Now, again, this is another weapon that's really good, honestly. For either, it could be good for tanks as well, because tanks have very slow weapon charge, and it is really good on charge characters. So when you switch to this, the weapon that has this matrices equipped, it gives you 120 weapon charge at max advancement. 120 weapon charge. That's actually nutty. So 120 weapon charge almost gives you another full ult. Like, that's crazy. So for those of you that don't know, because a lot of people seem to be confused about this, matrices do not work if you don't have the weapon out. Okay, so the weapon they work, just not the stats work, not the weapon bonus. The matrices bonus is only when you have that weapon equipped. So if I have this on Samir, this effect only works when I have Samir's weapon out. It does not work for all weapons, okay? Only the weapon that it's equipped to. I'm gonna be honest with you, there's only really one, maybe two characters that this works really well on. In my opinion, the best character that this one works on, the Robarg chipset, which is when you shatter an enemy, deals poison damage to the target of up to 67.5% of attack every second for 10 seconds. That's very strong, by the way. This works amazing on King. Let me show you guys why. So King, maybe Huma as well. This could also really work on Huma because Huma is like a god tier shatter character. She does so much damage in axe form. It's actually insane. So King, I'm going to show you just what his C1 does, right? So when he shatters, you know, he does very good shatter damage. As you can see, he's a double S shatter character. Like, he's one of the best shield breakers in the game. At C1, when it increases your shatter by 15% at C1, and after shattering the target shield, it deals burn damage equal to 120% of attack to the target every second for 15 seconds. So not only are you going to shatter and do burn damage, but you're also going to do poison and burn damage at the same time if you're shattering with this weapon. It's actually busted, and I think you get more of these as you C6's weapon. Yeah, like right here, increased damage dealt to HP shields or shielded enemies by 100%. He doesn't get any more dots on his kit, but man, fully charged weapon will set the target on fire for 8 seconds. So he also has that, and ignites targets, receive 50% efficiency from healing. So he does have 2 dots on his thing. He has 2 fire dots on his kit when he breaks and when his weapon is fully charged. So amazing breaker. It could also work on Huma as well. It's weird to me that they show Huma as like an A tier shatterer because she actually deals so much damage to shields. Like, it's actually crazy. But this could work on her as well. I just believe that, in my opinion, is probably for her, you'd want like legit just all tanky stuff. Like anything that gives you shields or HP back, or like anything that's good for tanks is what you'd want to put on Huma. Okay, so moving right along, we have Apophis. He's one of the bosses. He drops this. You can also get this from Joint Ops as well. Now, this one is very niche. This is probably good on tanks, in my opinion, because they are the ones that are going to be taking the most damage in the party. You deal higher damage at lower HP. You deal the maximum amount of bonus damage when your HP is 20% or lower. The damage can be increased by up to 30%. Very strong if you have it on maybe a character like Meryl or Huma. Then you have the Sobek, which is one of the best ones, in my opinion. This one, for just straight damage, Sobek, best artifact for damage dealing. So it's the opposite of the other one, of the ranged one, where if you were farther than 6 meters, then you would do more damage. This one is if you are near enemies. So for every enemy nearby, it stacks up to 3 times. So if you have 3 enemies near you, it only works up to 3. You get 9% at max every stack. So you get another 27% attack damage, which is really, really good for damage dealers. So characters like Crow, shit, yeah, I mean, if you don't have the full sets of the other one, this literally works on any character they're using to deal damage. Samir, Tsubasa, Shiro, King, literally any character using to deal damage. This is very good on that character. And then the only one that I haven't had drop for me really is the Frostbot one, which this one is okay. This is another tank one. When your HP is below 40%, using a discharge skill to switch to the current weapon will restore HP equal to 240% of attack. So when you switch to the weapon that it's equipped to, you will heal based on how high your attack is. And that is overall attack, not just the attack on the weapon. So if you have very high attack and you have like one tank weapon on your kit, you have Huma or Meryl, or even Zero. Zero can actually work as a tank too, kind of, because he does shield himself. And with his I keep wanting to call them constellations. With his awakenings, he does also heal as well. So this very good tank ability. I think honestly this is a better one than the last one I showed you guys. That was the tank one, the 20% or lower. I think this one is way better for tanks. I think that's all the purple ones. That's all the ones in game right now as the game is up. That's the only ones that you can farm as far as I've seen. If I missed one, feel free to let me know in the comment section. I don't think I missed any of them, but this video is just strictly on the purple chips, the SR ones, and what characters they would work good on, what kind of class of characters they would work good on, the weapons. So I hope this video helped you guys out. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any questions I did not answer or something that you did not understand in the comment section down below. And if this video helped you guys out, make sure you hit that like button. And if you want to be staying up to date on Tower Fantasy videos, guides, news updates, banner reviews, all that good stuff, even some fun videos every now and then. We're going to do some fashion shows and stuff, some pull videos, so you guys can see my salt. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to be notified as soon as they go up. We're almost at 10K, and I'm so happy that you guys are sitting here and supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. I'm loving making content Tower Fantasy. I'm loving the game. I really hope that it has a long life expectancy like Genshin. For Genshin's going on 2 years now. I really hope that we can keep this going because I'm enjoying this game so much. Thank you guys so much for all the support and for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next video.